Hey everybody, and welcome to the Spotter Sinks vlog. Today we're going to take a real-time look at Taylor Swift's new single, Shake It Off, and why this song should probably be in the running for the most tightly crafted pop tune of all time. Okay, starting off this lean meat pure pop gem is a 4-bar intro with a beat consisting of a boom, a ka, and a click. And most of the time it kind of goes like this, boom, cut, boom, click, cut, boom, cut, click, boom, cut, boom, cut, boom, click, cut, boom, cut, click, boom, cut, click. And you'll notice that the last two notes here are in parentheses, and that there's two of them, one right on top of the other. And that's because sometimes the beat ends with a boom, and sometimes it ends with a click. So yeah, I mean, a little variety never hurt anyone, right? Actually, one of the main currents that runs through Taylor's music, and the music of all good pop songwriters out there, is that they'll start you off with some consistency, just to make you want to start with the shaking in that. But then they'll also give you just enough variety to keep you interested, but not distracted, so that you'll keep on shaking it for 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, it's like, before we get done explaining all this stuff, you're going to want to be calling the song Shake It On and Keep It On, rather than Shake It Off. Seriously. Okay, speaking of variety, let's take a quick look at the form. We got an intro, and then a verse, pre-chorus, chorus, another verse, another pre-chorus, chorus, but then she adds a little extra hook here before she gets the 2-part breakdown or bridge. And then another chorus followed by a big fat outro rocking that newly introduced hook 3 more times, because 8 times 3 is 24. That's 3. I did it on a calculator, I promise. And yeah, I don't know how often you pay attention to the form of the songs you listen to, but most songs out there have like a verse and a chorus, maybe an intro and a bridge if there's time. But what we see here is that we not only have this extra little pre-chorus thing right here, but also an extra hook idea thrown in. And even the breakdown itself is split into 2 different sections. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 distinct sections of music or train cars making up this train of tunage on this tonal tune train track. Another thing to say about the form is that most sections can be divided by 4 measures, but the second section of the breakdown has these 2 extra measures that make like 8 into 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. And these 2 extra measures, they give you just enough time to catch your breath and just enough time for Taylor to belt out this tasteful little, cadenza thing they say, or run like they call it in the pop is, to bring us back into it. Listen for it coming up here. You'll hear it. It's unmissable. All right, now let's get back up to these chord loops here. So if we're in the key of G, the A minor here is what we call a 2 chord, and the C is what we call a 4 chord, and the G is what we call a 1 chord. Just, A, C, G. Right? And the G, by the way, lasts twice as long as our first 2 chords. And that's actually one of the main indicators that we're in the key of G. Lasting twice as long makes it the most common chord. So that's a reason, but also because it's the last chord of the loop, that points us to the key of G major as well. Okay, so 3-chord pop song. Pretty simple, right? Well, yeah, but I mean, not as simple as you'd think, because when you add the melody in, things destabilize a little bit, especially at the beginning. And what kind of wigs you out, or well, at least wigged me out the first couple of times I heard the song, is the fact that these chords start out only as implied chords, since all that's happening is just the saxophone is playing the root notes, just bass notes, that's all, just like bop, 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 bop. And then what makes it gnarly, though, is that on top of those implied changes, Taylor is singing the 3rd note of the scale here, B, la! And that 3rd note of the scale over A minor becomes what we call A minor 9, see like, ah! And then the next chord, it's just a C, which would be C major 7th if you add this guy. La 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 la! And yeah, since we only have roots and we're missing the other notes that usually come with the chord triads, it's just kind of funky, like the jury's out as to what's happening. Listen to these intervals again. It's like, la 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 la, do 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 do. It's just kind of dissonance, And another thing to point out about the melody is that for the first 2 full minutes of the song, Taylor's limiting herself to only 5 notes. And those are the 5 notes of the pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And I'm telling you, that takes discipline and kind of a lot of skill. Or at least if you want to do it in a way that sells records. But yeah, all that discipline, it pays off later because at 2 minutes and 6 seconds, she introduces the hook, which uses a note not in the pentatonic scale. The 4, right here in green, also called fa. And this way your ear's like, whoa, who's this new note, coming to the party? Fa, huh? Okay, I'll party with you, fa. Hey, doesn't fa kind of sound like bra? It's like, I'll party with you, fra. Yeah, fra's my total bra. Nah, yeah. Okay, yeah, but do you know who is conspicuously absent from this party? That's right, it's the 7th note of the scale, or T. This is not a tea party, it's like no T's allowed. Okay, but let's talk about how this affects the music and how it helps to keep spinning us around in circles. So, music geeks call the 7th note of the scale the leading tone. And since this leading tone never shows up, it can never lead us to a resolution that our ear is 100% satisfied with. And why is that? Well, one thing that you can't have without a 7th note of the scale is you can never use a D chord. That's right, that's what we call a 5 chord. And yeah, so in case you care to know, the 5 chord is the most popular chord in music after the root. And it also makes the strongest, what we call cadence. And so the fact that the strongest of cadences never shows up, it also keeps you wanting more loops because you're expecting it. In your subconscious mind, you're like, hey, when's that 5 I hear all the time showing up, Better just keep dancing until it shows up. Okay, but then how do they end this infectious, unstoppable loop if they don't have the let's end this thing stronger 5-to-1 cadence? Well, first off, the last chord that they play here is the G, or the root chord, or the key signature. So by that alone, we could be satisfied, that the song's done. And 4-to-1 is also, that's, I don't mean to mislead you guys. That's what they call plagal cadence. So there is a cadence. It's just a weaker cadence than 5-to-1. So anyways, we're ending on the 1, plagal cadence. Okay, we're done, right? Nope, sorry. The melody actually takes the period in this sentence and changes it back to a comma once again. So that last melody that goes like this? Ah, 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 ah. It ends not on the key of G, but on a 6, on a La, which is actually the root of the minor key, not the major. And so then, because of that last curveball, you're like, wait, did that song just end on minor? Wait, was that song in a minor key? I could have sworn it was in major. Oh man, I better go investigate. And there you go. You press the back button on your iPod because you just had to investigate. Now you're listening to it all over again. You've been caught, my friend, caught shaken in a sticky web of Taylor Swift's geniusly crafted, non-resolving, ever-flowing flows. Okay, yeah, but let's us investigate. All right, you guys ready to start this sync? I got this version right there. I think it's the version off the album, but as long as yours says 3:39, it'll probably sync up. This tutorial will. So yeah, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, sync. Is that beat? Ooh, cut, boom, cut, boom, boom, cut, click, ooh, cut. All right, here comes that saxophone playing these roots. C, 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 C. There's that G. G. All right, now listen to these intervals right here. We got a 9, A minor 9, and a major 7th interval. You can hear how that's a little more dissonant. These intervals, they're just thirds, so they're not that controversial. Oh, okay. Pre-chorus. Add a little synth in there. Taylor's really good at these pre-choruses, man, I'm telling you. All of her songs have these pre-choruses. Here comes the chorus. Ooh, and also the bass. Yeah, now it's a party. Oh. Let's do something with these pentatonics, okay? 2, 3, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. 2, 2, 2, 3, 1, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. She goes up the octave right here, in case you noticed that. She's singing more than 5 notes, but they're just 5-note names. There's the verse. Hey, where'd everybody go? Nobody around. Just a saxophone. Oh, there's the beat again. Okay. But, less is more. Einstein proved it. Oh, there's the call and response. Call. Response. You guys like call and response, don't you? I do. Oh, I love that harmony right now. Ah! And here comes the synth in that little pre again. Yeah. Oh, listen for these 3 hand claps. 2, 3, 4. Love those. Those come in later around here. Yeah. Oh, what I forgot to talk about was that 160, that 160 BPM. It's very popular these days, you know, like the last Spotter Sinks vlog that I did, it was about Happy, which is a fair, you know, that Pharrell Williams tune. It's also actually at 160 BPM, so it's just a really good dancey one, you know. Oh, there's that fa. We're on the hook. Da-na-na. Adding that fa. Da-na-na. Ba. Yeah. Here's the breakdown. Everything drops out, you know, because she's got something to tell you about. She's talking about this sick beat. And now we're into the next part of the bridge. Kind of reminds me of like Gwen Stefani a little bit, doesn't it? If you know what that is. Here are the 2 extra measures for a little silence and then a cadenza. We're back into it. You heard those 3 claps bring us back in. Pretty cool too. Just kind of want to play the chords along. It's kind of fun. Just jam with Taylor Swift, you know, do it all the time. Oh, I love how she rhymes heartbreakers right there. That's a compound word, you know, rhyming compound words. You ever rhyme a compound word? No, I don't think so, because you're not Taylor Swift. I'm just kidding. I like to play a pentatonic scale here too, you know. I love that she chose G for this song, you know. It's so easy for guitar players. Well, of course, she would know that because she's a guitar player, right? Hook outro. Okay, here we come up on the end, right? I just want you to listen to this outro melody. Na 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 na, Allah. Are they singing la there? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I mean, could be. Okay, well, that's it. Thanks, y'all, and I hope you enjoyed this Tonal Trend Spotter Sinks Songwriter's lesson about Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. I also hope that this vlog may have served as a digestible intro to the music theory and songwriting concepts here, for those of you who may be thinking about dipping your toes in those waters. Until next time, make sure to like us and follow us on all the websites and Facebooks and Twitters and all that, and maybe even stick around and watch another video. So yeah, thanks again. Bye-bye. Help, I've been caught shaking in the sticky web of Taylor Swift's geniusly crafted, non-resolving, ever-flowing flows. Help! Oh, it's all good. I'll come help you, bro. Oh, no, I'm stuck, bro. I'm sorry, man. That's okay, bro.